How's it going, my dudes? Welcome back to another video. A really quick update for the event that's coming later. So there will be two new armaments. Number one, you have the Flame Wing Staff, and number two, you have the Flame Wing Gauntlet. So the Gauntlet is basically just a staff, but nerfed. Now, we only just recently received more armaments from the Golem shop, which promotes Power Flip, but yet we are getting a new staff immediately that somehow promotes Power Flip as well. So there is a little bit of interesting dynamic change just because we now have access to the Flame Wing Staff. So let's quickly take a look at this. It has a super low attack of 117, and here's a weapon skill. If Self is a fire character, Power Flip damage plus 40%, and while Self has attack buff, Power Flip damage plus 50%, immune to poison, blah blah blah. So two things, okay, with its super low attack, you may not want to use this on your leader. Also, secondly, Power Flip buffs, they can be applied on any unit in your team and it will affect your general Power Flip damage. So you don't need this to be on your leader. So I just want to clarify that. I think it's very important for you to know how Power Flip works. Now, while this stuff looks very straightforward, right? How then do you get attack buff on a fire Power Flip team? There are a few ways that you can get attack buff on a fire Power Flip team, and I'm only going to specify fire type units. Number one, you have Noen, and look at her skill Hard Rock Magic, hypes out the battlefield, grants fire leader attack buff plus 50% for 20 seconds. So this is one character that provides attack buffs, however this only grants attack buff to the leader, which means that your leader needs to equip the Flame Wing Staff, which is what I would highly suggest against. And next up we have Jin. Okay, let's take a look at his skill. Invokes the bounty of the Sea, heal all ally combatants, and grant them attack buff, 50% attack for 20 seconds. So here's the thing, right? Jin is probably going to be the best attack buffer that you can have for Reggie EX. But most players right now don't really run Jin because you can definitely complete Reggie EX without using a Jin. As long as someone brings a Noen, your heals are going to be enough. So here's a trade-off. I'm thinking maybe I might want to include Jin because that 90% power flip damage is really huge. It's an instant power flip boost that you otherwise not get anywhere else. But of course, some players, you know, instead of, like for example, for my lineup, right, instead of using Marnie, they use a New Year's Luluka for the 100% power flip buff. However, using Jin in that spot right now and the Flame Wing Staff, you're actually able to get an additional 50% attack buff on top of 90% power flip damage. That means that New Year's Luluka is actually quite pointless right now. Unless you know you're already using both of them, then more power to you. And of course, another way for you to get attack buff for your entire team is with your main character, Elk. Using his skill Meteor Break, you actually grant all combatants attack buff plus 50% for 15 seconds. However, I would highly suggest against using Elk because he doesn't really bring a lot otherwise. Jin, you know, he can at least protect you from poison damage. But here's another interesting fact, right? Because, see, if anyone uses Elk or if anyone uses Jin, they are going to buff everyone in the co-op team, right? So that means that you just need one person to bring a Jin and they will proc the Flame Wing Staff for you. But then again, you're making a huge gamble assuming that your pups are going to bring a Jin or even an Elk. This is a huge gamble. So I would highly suggest against trusting the pups on this. So yeah, now that I'm thinking about this, I might just replace my Marnie with Jin and equip the Flame Wing Staff, and I should be able to do a lot more damage, but I'll sacrifice the multi-balls that I really need for my team to work. So that's it for this short update. Just want to cover this armament really quickly. Good luck for the event. I will cover it as soon as I can. So this has been Free to Play, by the way, and as always, I will see you in the next video.